Welcome to Tarot in Paris with Zoe. This is going to be a collective reading. It is for everyone, all astrological signs. When you are drawn to this reading, the timing begins for you. It is timeless. So take what messages resonate with you, leave behind the rest. Subscribe to the channel and we will move forward together. Leave any comments that you want. This card wants to come out immediately. Okay, I'm going to set this card down and shuffle some more for a second card. I'm feeling that we want a second card today. I'm hearing right away that one of the things that's happening for the collective is a lot of worrying. So there's a phrase about worrying that when a person worries, they're betting against themselves. I understand, as we're all spiritual beings in human form, at times we think when we worry about a subject, it's actually going to solve it by ruminating over and over and over and over, round and round. Yet that never happens, right? So when you see yourself, when you observe yourself worrying, having a worry thought, or plural worry thoughts, then pause, write it down, type it into your phone, whatever you have to do to set it aside. And then when you have a time to just peacefully ruminate on it, meditate on it, journal on it, whatever you need to do to see what it is that you're worrying about, and then try to come up with a solution. And if a solution doesn't come up right away with some baby steps, some inspired actions, just wait, and the answer will come. You can pray on it, you can meditate on it, whatever is in your belief system. All right, see if there's a second card. Okay, this is the second card that wants to come out. Two cards want to come out from this deck today. Let's see what we have. To be fair and new life. And it is so interesting. This this new life card came out whilst I was shuffling, just to get all my decks really shuffled before we started today. And this new life card came out, I'm not kidding you, 3 times. 3. This is the 4th time, so it really wants to talk to everyone, okay? The other is to be fair. So let's start with to be fair, since that came out on the top, even though the new life card, it came out 4 times, 3 before I started with you all today, and then this is the 4th. So whatever you're worrying about, because this seems to be the immediate theme this today, okay? Whatever you're worrying about, there's some feeling about justice. I'm hearing that you're feeling that there's an injustice, and you're trying to figure out, is the injustice against me, or is the injustice around me, or am I being unjust to someone else? So you're trying to figure out what is fair. For some of you, I'm hearing this is in your career. Excuse me, for others of you, you're retired and it's coming up in your friend circle. And I'm also hearing for some of you that it has to do with a situation in the past that you're trying to kind of, how do I want to put this? Like, what I'm seeing is you're trying to put this situation that you're worrying about in a box and bearing the box, like it's figuratively, right? You're trying to take the situation, figure out what's fair, what's not fair, was it fair to you? But it's way in the past, and you're trying to put it in a box and tuck it away, but you feel the need to have some resolution in your mind, some sort of completion. And the thing about completion is, whether the situation, I'm not laughing because I think it's funny, I just definitely understand. The thing about completion is, whether it's a situation in your present or your past or coming up in the future, completion is something we can only give ourselves. We can only give completion to ourselves. To be fair, you can talk to someone else, you can write someone else, you can have someone else try to help you complete a situation by talking it out. Let's say you had an argument with someone, or someone had a disagreement with you. You can talk and discuss, which is lovely if you do it from a high level, right? A place of love and compassion and empathy. But it doesn't mean you're going to feel completion. You only can feel completion to a situation when you give it to yourself, when you gift it to yourself. And I hear that that's a lot of what's going on for you right now. There's something in the present, in the past, or coming up very soon that you're going to wonder about justice and what it is to feel completion, what it is to feel, okay, you know what, I've thought about that enough. I can't think about it anymore. There doesn't seem like there's a resolution. But to be fair and to have inner peace myself, I'm going to allow myself a sense of completion and even though it doesn't feel finalized, I'm going to just tuck it away. This is something that's emotional. I'm hearing it's emotional. All right. So you're gonna come to peace with it, and that's beautiful. You're gonna feel a liberation. And what's interesting is new life. This is a perfect segue to this new life card. Whatever this is that you are emotionally feeling wasn't fair to you, and I'm hearing for many of you this was in the past. Yet there's 2/3, there's another third of you that this is now, and there's another third that this is in the future, okay? So whatever this is that you're trying to find some kind of emotional completion to, it's not necessarily that it's going to be a conversation or an email or a text or a conversation in person or over the phone. It's going to be on your time, okay? It's going to be when you feel that, okay, I've had enough of this. I've been going over it in my mind over and over and over. I know if I talk to that person, we're not going to come up to a solution. This is very emotional for me. I've been triggered. I'm going to be fair to myself and let this go. That's what this is about. And when you do that, when you fully let go of it, new life, okay? This is a huge gift. I mean, I don't even think I can put this into words, and I'm usually not slight on words. Yet this new life, I mean, if I could send you some of the energy that I'm feeling from God, Goddess, universe, source, however you want to put it, of what this new life is about for you, it's giant. Whatever this is that is either A, in your past, in the present, or coming up very soon for you when you see this reading, it's when you let go of whatever this is that you felt was unjust in your mind, okay? And it could be far in the past. I'm hearing for some of you, it's over a decade, so over 10 years. I'm hearing 20 years, 30 years for a few of you. Not for a few of you. For some of you, it's over 30 years. This is going to give you this feeling of rejuvenation and new life. It's like when I started talking about this and hearing the messages and seeing the messages, I felt this weight on my back, right? Now I'm feeling this lightness. Like, look at this card, new life. I mean, it's just this, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to ask, of course. It starts with ecstasy. It's a feeling of ecstasy. Look, it's just like, finally, I have let go of this. And it doesn't mean that when we let go of something, when we surrender to something and just go, listen, I'm going to choose peace. I'm going to choose inner peace. When we do that, it doesn't mean that something's been resolved. It doesn't always work that way. It just means we've let it go. We're not going to fight against it. We're not going to resist against whatever this disagreement was. We're just letting it go. And I'm hearing for some of you, this is a feud, a family feud, something that's gone on for generations. And you're not going to carry it on to the next generation. Whether you choose to have a child or children or adopt or not, it doesn't matter. You're not going to allow this to go on to future generations. You're choosing a new life. And this new life is figurative, meaning it's emotional. It's an emotional new life. This is a type of rebirth, okay? This is incredible. All these readings are such a privilege to be here on my channel, Tarot in Paris with Zoe. I really hope that you come back and subscribe and leave any comments of what's going on for you, because it's such a privilege to be here. Let's see what else we have for the collective. This is for all astrological signs. It is timeless. Okay, this card wants to talk. Oh, the Tower card. Okay, do not be scared of this card, okay? Now, remember what I was talking about, this new life, and I used the word, well, I've used a lot of words, but I think the other word that is coming up that I want to share, because there's so much that I hear and see, and by the way, I also, one of the ways that I read messages is I even smell like scents, like a fragrance, like someone could be, it could be to do with something someone cooked. I can smell that, like it's imaginary, right? But it's a way that I'm communicated to. So anyway, that aside, the Tower card. This is about what we were talking about earlier, what I was sharing. There's some sort of epiphany. This Tower card, which is leading you to this new life, which is how you're letting go of whatever this emotional disagreement or a misunderstanding or something that you felt emotionally was completely unjust, whether you felt you were unjust to someone else, whether you felt someone else was unjust to you, or it's an injustice around you, okay? Past, present, or future. Coming up fast, though, the future, if it is for you, okay? So what this Tower card is it's just saying, this is you letting go. This is you having the realization, okay? And that's what's bringing you the new life, right? That's what this is about. And that's beautiful, really beautiful. And that's why this leads to, I'm pausing for a second because I want to use the words that are very appropriate for this. See, it's whatever this was can't stand any longer. Like that's what this Tower card is meaning in your reading today. Whatever this feeling of injustice that you've been carrying, okay, that you've been holding on to, you can't withstand it anymore. The emotions are just churning over and over, or it's something from the past, as I shared, that's come back up, and you just like, I can't do it anymore. I'm finally just letting go. And that's what this is about. What was built on sand, which can't withstand time, is falling down, okay, figuratively. And that's what's bringing this new life, this emotional new life. And when we have an emotional new life, then it often shows up. It can't not show up in our outer world when we have an emotional new life, okay? And so that's what's going on as well. Let's see what else we have for you. Again, I'm Zoe. This is Tarot in Paris with Zoe. Oh, these cards. Oh, 2 cards want to come out. Okay. I'm just going to say they're coming out quickly. Okay. 8 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So first of all, it's very interesting to me that it's a 7 and an 8. Look, let me just put it the way it came out. Okay. A 7 and an 8. So this is indicating steps towards the future. A 7 and an 8, meaning they're in sequence that way, moving upwards, a lower number to a higher number. So this is about what we were just talking about, that after that Tower moment, after that realization that, okay, I'm letting go of whatever I felt was unjust, I'm giving myself this inner peace, I'm having a new life emotionally as a result, and I feel that weight off my shoulders. And if I was to talk about a tarot card that would assimilate, or rather, yeah, that's good, assimilate what that burden felt like, it would be the 10 of Wands, which is usually a picture depicted on a tarot card of an individual with 10 wands on their back. They're stooped over, they're trying to make it back to their farmland. They want to set down the wands. You've set down the wands now by this ability to let go, to release those emotions that were holding you back. And now that gives you a new emotional life. You're in your inner world. And now we're seeing a 7 and an 8, 2 sequential numbers going from a lower number to a higher number, which is showing that you're going to also see that in your exterior world. You can't not. When you make room in your interior world, you're making room for new great beginnings in your exterior world. So we're seeing a 7 and we're seeing an 8. Now, the 7 is part of this process that happened. These 7 of Pentacles, I'm just going to set this like here, and then we'll go to the 8 card. In the 7 of Pentacles, this is talking about, in this reading, that you looked at the harvest and you'd asked yourself, is what I've been doing worth it? Okay? Is it time to pick the fruit? Is it time to pick these pentacles in the card? Okay? Pentacles are meaning in the material world. And so what this is about is you made that evaluation. You made that evaluation as, I can't carry this burden anymore. I have to forgive, whether it's forgiving myself, forgiving someone else. Even if there's 2 opposing perspectives, you and this other person, they may feel like in the disagreement, they didn't do anything wrong. But what forgiveness is about is, there's this saying that forgiveness, when you don't forgive, it's like, God forbid, drinking poison, right? Metaphorically. I think a better way to look at forgiveness that I think releases people faster is to ask yourself, okay, I'm having a hard time forgiving this other person for what they said to me, but wouldn't I want someone to forgive me? Wouldn't you want someone to forgive you? And that is a very fast way to forgiveness, because of course you want anyone to forgive you, right? This is you evaluating. This is you saying, this worrying that I've been doing, this feelings of injustice, it's not serving me. It's not making my harvest grow. And that's what this card is telling you, the Seven of Pentacles, okay? It's not making your harvest grow. Now we come to the Eight of Pentacles. This is now the fresh start. This is now the new life that you're seeing out in your exterior world because you've let go of what you thought was unjust, okay? And I'm not saying it was or wasn't unjust. This isn't about that. This is about your perspective, what you feel, okay? Not what anyone else feels. This reading is for the collective, yet you're watching it now, so it's about what you feel. It's not about anything else but what your emotions are. But look, now you're to the other side. Eight of Pentacles is now you're building again. You're building. This is a person who's very good at their craftsmanship. They're paying attention to all the details, but they have the ability to look at the big picture. And they're not a perfectionist, yet as a result of being in the moment, being in the present, everything they do creates mastery, okay? This is what you're moving towards, all right? This is what you're moving towards. When you let go of what you thought was unjust, emotionally unjust, some situation that was very emotional for you, I'm seeing that many of you were triggered deeply by whatever this was that happened in the far past or the present, or it's about to show up very quickly for you when you see this reading. You now have a heads up then if it's coming up for you, right? As a result of you letting go of all those emotions, all that weight, that emotional weight, you've freed up so much space that now you can focus on the rest of your beautiful life. I mean, this is, when I see like a picture, a graph of a pie, whatever this was that you felt was injustice in your world, nine tenths of that pie was about this lack of forgiveness. 9/10 of it. Imagine now you've freed up 9/10 of the pie of your gorgeous life. Here you are now. Now you can focus on other things. This is beautiful. First of all, let me just say I'm so happy for you and I'm so proud of you because I understand what it feels like in human form when we're having a hard time reconciling something that has emotionally hurt us. I understand. And so I'm so proud of you because I know what that can take to get to the other side of that. And forgiveness is such a freeing emotion. Whether you feel like you have to forgive yourself, forgiving someone else, or both, it's freeing. And as I said earlier, as I shared, wouldn't you want the other person to forgive you? And that's how to help you get through that. Okay, let's see what the animal spirit cards have to say. Subscribe to the channel, and if you like the videos, it's also very helpful if anything has resonated with you. Okay, let's see what we have. Nothing. Oh, yes, this card. Okay, so I've got two cards, one on this part of the deck and one on the bottom of the deck, I'm hearing. Okay, wow, so many cards want to come out for you today. Okay. Oh, okay. So we have two cards. First one is Swan Spirit. The second one is Whale Spirit. So Swan Spirit came out first. Time for a deep dive. So this is referring to, now that you're on the other side of this, and you did take the deep dive, by the way, into the journey of how to forgive and to forgive, okay? So this is twofold, this card. It's speaking to you in one, that you already took the deep dive, and now that you've got this liberation, now you have 9/10 of your pie, you've let go of that lack of forgiveness, and now the pie graph of your beautiful life is free now to do new things. You have all this emotional space. It's time for a deep dive to evaluate what your new life is going to be. I'm hearing that many of you, and this is true for many people in the collective right now, people are really looking at what they want in their life. Some people, actually I'm being corrected, many people in the collective have realized that what they thought was their dream isn't necessarily any longer. So a lot of reevaluation. And so you're now having the Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. You're figuring that out yourself, okay? Like, what's next for you? What's next for you in your new life? Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery. So this is another way to the path of forgiveness, whether you're forgiving yourself, forgiving someone else, forgiving both yourself and someone else, which now, as we've seen, you are coming to the other side of that and you have achieved forgiveness, or you are about to, or if this is speaking to something that's coming up in your near future, you've got a heads up and you will get through that forgiveness. Here's another path to forgiveness besides the phrase that I shared of asking yourself, well, it is time to forgive, because wouldn't I want someone to forgive me? Yes, of course you would. Here's the other part of forgiveness: trusting the great mystery, that even though I've devoted really since I was 4 years young to spirituality in my storyline, and now I'm older in the storyline, I still always circle back that I have to trust in the great mystery. I may have been given beautiful gifts, and that's an understatement, of being able to see, right? Um, Being able to hear, being able to get, like sometimes I'll hear messages by touch, like I'll feel a touch in a certain part of my healthy human body. And sometimes, as I shared with you earlier today, it can also be I'll even smell a fragrance that gives me a message. So I've got those beautiful, amazing gifts. I have to foster them, I have to nurture them. And yet I always circle back, trust in the great mystery, that all this is happening for us. It's not happening to us. And I know it doesn't always feel that way. I realize that as we are in here in Earth School, it doesn't always feel that way. But do trust the great mystery, that it's all working out, okay? It is all working out for you and your highest good. So much love to all of you. Thank you for joining me here on Tarot in Paris with Zoe. I'm Zoe, and I'll see you soon.